Hi everyone, thanks for your coming. Have you seen popcorn dance? You might be wondering what dancing popcorn has to do with our presentation. I tell that story because today I want to do an experiment in front of you. I'm going to show you dancing popcorns as a simple example of flotation separation process and explain the reasons behind it. I am Mariam Ajin, PhD student from Chemical and Material Engineering Department at University of Alberta. I chose this presentation as I'm interested in explaining science in simple words. It is beneficial for the audience as they get a better idea about their daily phenomena happening around them, such as flotation. Can you name some examples of flotation in daily life? Dancing popcorns is one of them, and we will do a simple experiment about that. Later, we will discuss the involving phenomena and industrial applications. At the end, 1-minute paper quiz would be a way to check the learning outcome. We want to know, can we describe the involving phenomena in this process? Based on the pre-assessment that we did, 16 of the audience, they take their time and do the assessment. Among those, we figured that 25% of the audience, they are familiar with the topic, very familiar, and 12% they just heard about it. 62% they don't know about the flotation process. However, among those responses, 75% they have seen the dancing popcorn before. Examples of flotation in our life can be separation of apple. I remember when I was going to my grandma's home and they were separating apple by putting them in the swimming pool and separating ripe apples from the rest. Or when we are washing the rice, when we are separating the dust from the rice, with this phenomena and many other examples. Now let's start the experiment. If you have corn, a little vinegar, some amount of water, and soda, you can start doing the experiment with us, or you can just watch what we are doing. 1 spoon of corn in a water just makes a two-phase system, solid and liquid phase. Now, if we add a little amount of vinegar, still the same. There is nothing happening, still corns are sitting in the bottom of the container. Now, if we add 1 spoon of baking soda to this two-phase system, the reaction is happening, and we will see thousands of little bubbles are generated. This is the time that we are seeing these corns are floating. Previously, they were sitting on the lower part, but now they are floating on top of the column. They go up and they go down. There are some mechanisms, main physical sub-processes that are taking place and can be described as follows. They can be collision that is occurring between the solid particle and the air bubble. After the collision, the liquid film between particle and the bubble thins out, so the attachment is happening, and the solid-liquid gas interface on the surface of the air bubble moves to establish a stable bubble-particle aggregate. From here, the aggregate rises up, which can be collected on top of the container. Now, besides these main sub-processes, some other simultaneous sub-processes that are happening, they are entrainment and the coalescence of the bubbles that makes the result of the coalescence would be detachment. We have some industrial application. By this phenomena, they can separate coal or they can separate valuable minerals such as gold, such as zinc, or many other that you can name it. On industrial application, we don't have only one particle. We have 2 different particles. One of them is hydrophobic, one of them is hydrophilic, and because the different characteristic of their surface, they can separate them. Now is the time to check if we can describe the processes involved in flotation separation process, as they are attachment, entrainment, detachment, and can we do or demonstrate the phenomena to others by setting up a simple experimental lab that we showed you. So now let's raise a question that does the information presented contradict your earlier responses? And can you take out one blank sheet of paper and list as many of the processes involved in this phenomena as you can remember? You have 1 minute. Go. Thank you so much for your time, and I will see you in our next presentation.